You know, I've had this YouTube channel for a while. I should probably actually talk about video games on it. What game would I talk about, though? What have I wasted countless hours of my life playing? Sonic Adventure 2 is a game that was made for the Sega Dreamcast and later ported to the GameCube and also the PS3. Probably a good thing, because we all owned a Sega Dreamcast, right?
Story select.
Alright, well I mean, Hero Story's already highlighted and I'm lazy as fuck, so I guess we're gonna do that.
I like running better.
Kinda seems like a bad idea to jump headfirst out of a plane.
Okay, so here's the first level, City Escape, and
rolling around at the speed of truck.
so after Sonic gets out of that, he fights some government-employed Gundam or something.
What? It all starts with this.
You know, that guy looks just like Sonic. Oh, do you not think so? Well, apparently you're wrong, because the rest of the game seems to think so.
Oh, Sonic!
Let's have a random cut to Knuckles for no reason.
Not if I can help it.
Anyway, after that, Tails and Amy go to bail Sonic out of jail. So then Sonic gets rescued and goes after Shadow and Eggman in the forest.
I found you, Faker! Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be I'll make you eat those words!
This game has this really big problem, where whenever there's a cutscene, characters will just sort of...
I completely agree with this statement I made.
Shadow, what are you doing? Hurry and get back here right now before the island blows up with you on it!
Blows up?
Someone set us up the bomb? There's too much plot going on here. We're gonna need a random skip to Knuckles.
But it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head. I have no fear. It probably seem crazy. A graveyard theory. A ghost trying to approach me. He got leery.
Okay, so what's happening back in the main plot? Maybe we shouldn't have wasted so much time looking for those emeralds.
So the government thinks we're involved in that, so we gotta run away, and... This item's really important. Don't miss it. It's really important.
Knuckles!
Hey guys, long time no see. I must have got lost in the mines.
Oh look, Knuckles is part of the main plot again. Okay, well I mean, I guess, no more random Knuckles.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear.
Anyway, they don't know where Eggman is, but the president does, so Tails turns his mech into a car to go chase after him. You know, even though it can be a plane, which is faster than a car.
Alright, I'm a great driver. This segment will be really easy. of a car.
So they find out Eggman's base is in the desert, and from there they can get to him in space.
I'll go and find the entrance!
Has anybody else noticed that up to this point, Tails is the only one who did anything?
So Tails finds the entrance, then Sonic runs through the pyramid. Even though they've already made it this far, they only just now need keys.
I'll bet he has 1 or 2 spaceships lying around here somewhere.
The door's locked. We need a key to get in there.
No problem. We can find it. Right, Knuckles?
What? Why do I have to find the key?
We're counting on you, buddy. The world's greatest treasure hunter.
You know, I don't really remember that being a big part of Knuckles' character until, like, it was just randomly decided that that was going to be a thing.
So then you find the keys, and then... Okay, then you gotta fight this golem, which for some reason will just sit there and let you climb up it. So after that, they finally get to space, and Tails creates a plan to destroy the cannon with a fake emerald he made. He goes off to find the power supply, and Sonic goes to put the emerald in the cannon, but then Eggman captures Amy.
Amy is...
I didn't get that, Tails. What happened to Amy?
Random Knuckles, it has been reborn.
I found him. Finally.
Rushing back, Sonic plans to hand over the fake emerald to Eggman, but Eggman knows about it, so he just blows up Sonic in space.
I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm counting on you, Tails. Amy, take care of yourself.
Farewell, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic!
Farewell, my admirable adversary.
Nah, not really. Sonic figures out how to do that chaos control thing Shadow uses to get around. After that, Tails confronts Eggman. Sonic and Shadow have one final fight to determine the victor between good and evil, which, by the way, it doesn't actually matter, because it all conjoins in the end anyway. And that's the end of Hero Story.
Awesome job, Tails.
Okay, so now there's Dark Story, but Dark Story is really the same thing as Hero Story, just from a different perspective. So I'm mostly just going to cover the new stuff.
So it turns out Eggman found his grandfather's diary, which told him about Shadow, the ultimate life form, and how he could use Shadow to take over the world. After breaking through the defenses of the military, Eggman awakens Shadow, who needs the Chaos Emeralds to power the Ark's cannon so they can take over the world like they just said they could. Okay, then there's Random Rouge.
If you couldn't find a way to integrate the stages into the plot of the game, then you just shouldn't have put them in the game in the first place.
So Shadow starts stealing emeralds, but because him and Sonic look so similar, everyone blames Sonic. So while Eggman works his way up to the space colony Ark, Shadow has to escape from the city.
Well, nope. Nope. Nope.
So after that, Eggman has to journey to the middle of the colony, and then they all meet up and work together. Except Rouge is actually a government spy, but they don't know that. So they decide to take the emeralds from the prison island and then blow it up.
There's no real reason they blow up the island, they just kind of do it. Random acts of terrorism.
So Eggman goes to distract the military, then Rouge goes to get the emeralds.
Timer for 15 minutes.
Alright, well I mean that time limit sounds pretty fair.
Let's go, Rouge.
5 minutes should be plenty. Here I go.
I hate you, Rouge.
So as it turns out, even for the story, that's a bad decision because she gets herself screwed over and then Shadow has to go save her. After that, they blow up the moon. Then they try to get the Emerald. Tails has to power the cannon up enough to blow up the Earth in 24 hours. So Rouge takes her phallic car to go after him. I don't know why they made her car look like that.
Yeah, I've never been good at racing games.
Tails has apparently remembered his car is also a plane. So then Shadow chases after him. So then Sonic and friends get to the bay. There's this whole golem thing Eggman has to deal with. This Sonic beat it and now it's all crazy or something. They go back to the Ark and Rouge is snooping about Shadow for the government, but then decides to go get Master Emerald pieces for some reason.
This is still slightly less random than when Knuckles was doing it.
Meanwhile, Eggman finds out about the fake emerald and goes kidnap Amy. Then that stuff happens. Eggman tells Shadow that someone is trying to get to the cannon, so Shadow runs to deal with that, but it ends up being Sonic, so it's that same fight from earlier. Eggman puts in the final emerald for the cannon, which is actually the real one, and it seems like he wins, but this is actually where the last story starts. Okay, so Eggman's grandpa actually really resented everybody because the government came to the Ark and killed everyone, but they actually did that because they were making weapons, so I don't know why he was surprised that that was the thing that happened. So he made it so that the Ark would crash into the Earth if it got the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and that's how he was planning on doing this. I don't know how he ever thought that the 7 Chaos Emeralds would get there, but he was right, I guess. Because Knuckles has the Master Emerald, they all realize if they work together they can get to where the emeralds are and neutralize their power with the Master Emeralds. Cannon's Core is the only level in the last story, but it's actually really cool and you get to use every character except Shadow. Shadow wasn't helping because he thought that this was what Maria, a girl he was friends with on the Ark, would have wanted, but then Amy comes along and then he realizes that he was wrong and that's not actually true. So this leads to him helping Sonic and Knuckles when this thing called the Bio Lizard leaps up and tries to stop him. Even after neutralizing the emeralds, the Bio Lizard attaches itself to the Ark and makes Sonic and Shadow use their super form to win.
Live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn, my singing skill has not improved.
In the end, Shadow sacrifices himself to save everyone.
Well, I guess we won't hear from him again. Yeah, no, he should have stayed dead.
It'll all work out. You'll see.
If you say so.
Created the ultimate life form.
What's the matter, Sonic?
Oh, it's nothing. Come on, let's go home. To the planet as cool and blue as me.
Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
The problem with this game's story is that it's okay until you get to the last story, and they try to tie everything together and make it more epic than it is. But that just opens even more plot holes than were already there. And to be fair, there weren't that many before, but just if you play the game and you're really paying attention to what's going on and being said, and then you get to the last story, there's just a bunch of stuff that isn't really explained and doesn't make any sense.
After this, it's a good time to go back and explore the Chow world. This is sort of like a virtual pet simulator. You can raise the Chow to have certain skills and then put them in races or karate.
Fatality.
As far as gameplay goes, the levels of this game are mostly nice. You'll notice that each hero story level has a dark story counterpart that looks very similar and is generally supposed to be in a similar place. Although this would seem repetitive and like they were just giving you the same level twice, the levels are actually varied and not always played by a character of the same playstyle, so you really don't notice unless you're looking for it. The only levels in this game that are real problems are the treasure hunting ones. The areas are so large, it takes a long time to get a reading on the emerald shard you need.
This is the Ghost Train turntable. Move the switch in the direction you want to change it up.
I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head. I have no fear. It probably seems crazy, like graveyard theory. A ghost trying to approach me, he got leery.
The treasure hunting is you can only track one emerald at a time, so it's entirely possible you could have passed by the other two emerald shards and not even noticed. Most of the mech stages that Eggman and Tails have are very enjoyable. There's something fresh and different from the normal Sonic formula. These levels also have a lot of replayability, because you can use the things you unlocked later in the story to go back and explore new paths. By far, the most fun levels are Sonic and Shadow's speed levels. They always feel fast-paced and look interesting.
talked about the voice acting, but like while we're wrapping this up, I guess I should mention the music really seems to have this thing where it overpowers it too.
And puts you right back where you came. Live and learn.
The music is a bit of a mixed bag. I feel like the stages for Shadow, Sonic, and Rouge all have music that fits both their personalities and the levels really well. Tails and Eggman's music is alright, but I never really felt either character's personality in it. Then Knuckles has like rap. I could never figure this one out. I guess it's supposed to fit his tough guy attitude or something. I just never saw Knuckles and thought rap. I actually tried researching this topic beforehand to see if someone had done some sort of character analysis on the subject, and while I found some guy's weird theory that the whole game is just Knuckles on a drug trip or something, I could never find why rap specifically was chosen for him. The graphics are very nice for the time. However, it's worth noting that the GameCube version and PS3 version seem to use slightly upgraded models to the characters in comparison to the original Dreamcast version.
Well, some of the levels just don't need to be there, and while the story seems to try and make itself something more than it is, it's still a really fun game to play. I'm KinesisKrab, and I'll see you next time.